guys, and welcome back to my Black Moon Lilith series. Yep. In today's video we're going to be discussing Lilith within the sign of Gemini because yes, it is Gemini season. So happy birthday to all of you solar Gemini out there. Now of course this video is specifically for those of you who do have your Lilith within Gemini, but still happy birthday. Happy birthday to the twins of the zodiac. Now, before we do get started, if you do not know what Lilith is within astrology, then please be sure to watch the introduction video that I made. I'm going to put a link to the video somewhere so you can check that out. Also, if you would like to know which sign your Lilith is in, then I've inserted a Black Moon Lilith calculator in the description box below. Okay, so here we see the dark goddess that is Lilith, associated with death, revenge, obsession, and addiction, going into the dual sign of Gemini. Therefore, it could be suggested that there are two enemies here fighting to the death within you if you have this placement. Or it could be that you're double-faced, but one face is just as deceiving as the other face, much like a double-edged sword, where both sides of the same blade are just as sharp as it cuts both ways. See, one person tries to cheat so that the truth can be hidden from others, and this is being performed as a way to mask what you do not want others to see, all whilst the other person, the other face, which is on display for the world to see, it acts all nice, showing a more calm and cool exterior. But make no mistake about this outer personality, because it's just as strong as the other that you hide behind. Naturally, of course, it all depends on which personality dominates. But whatever face it is you wear, or whichever character you are displaying, there is always one underneath, ready at any given moment to come out and pull the rug from underneath the other. Therefore, you must learn to integrate the two, even if you are scared of one side. Meaning that it's about balancing between personalities, not trying to deny a particular personality just so the other one can have its time. And by doing so, you can then allow for the hidden personality to then come out and correct the main character's personality. So it's not really about one dominating the other, but rather accepting that both exist simultaneously. This is Gemini after all, the sign that understands the duality of existence. But if you have your Lilith in Gemini, the yin and yang are battling it out. But the sad thing is that not one side truly wins in the end. And all you're doing is, all you're doing is you're tricking yourself into believing that one side can dominate the other. In fact, you might hold on to particular thoughts and believe them to be real. And we all know how Gemini likes to keep it super real, right? And so due to this reason, you express just how real you are to others. In fact, you're going to be the type of person who prides yourself on being real when you express your open, honest opinion about what's wrong with someone. So much so that you willfully become rageful if you truly feel like your words must be said, because you simply cannot hold back your tongue. Meaning that what you think, it must be communicated, because what you think is real. You might even view the thoughts you have as authentic, and so you're going to speak up and say them regardless of the consequences. And I guess that's the thing about thoughts, right? Because they feel so real, don't they? It doesn't matter how intelligent you are or how much self-control you have, your thoughts can be very difficult to restrain. I mean, even if I was to tell you not to think of a chocolate donut, you're instantly going to think of a chocolate donut. I quite like chocolate donuts. Just like that, thoughts come, boom. Therefore, if you have your Lilith within the sign of Gemini, just like that, the words come out as well. Like swords, like knives, piercing into anything that, well, quite frankly to you, deserves it. But what you must realize if you have Lilith within the sign of Gemini is that it's about learning to channel your thoughts into words effectively, not mindlessly. It's about reaching purity of expression rather than allowing the words you say just run amok, destroying everything in their path. What's that saying? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Quite a powerful statement if you really think about it. It was actually this saying that was created in response to verbal bullying in school playgrounds, sort of saying to the bullies, yeah, sure, you might be able to hurt me by physical force, but not by insults. In that the names other people call us, they can't hurt us. Essentially the ignoring of the words, thoughts and opinions that other people have about us and developing a thick skin. But the reality of it is, well, words, they can hurt, can't they? See, bones, if broken, they heal. But words can leave wounds that we cannot see. They leave wounds that can be wide open for days, weeks, years. And even when they do eventually heal, we still can't deny the pain inflicted by them. I mean, the fact that words can be referred to as bullets, it suggests already that, yeah, they can hurt us. Now, I'm not just talking about the impact that words can have on other people, but also on you, Lilith in Gemini. Because if you have this placement, there is a need for aggressive behavior that belongs to the person who is a coward underneath, just as the opposite effects takes place, where the most understanding towards others type of person comes out, showing to be the loneliest person. It's as though Lilith is seducing one side of herself with the other side of herself, just so she can seek revenge on the side that seduced her in the first place. Back and forth it goes, a constant mirror reflection going on inside of you that just wants to smash the glass entirely and break through every lie and ego entrapment that exists, creating so much chaos and confusion that every morning you wake up and you walk towards your mirror and you ask, mirror, mirror on the wall, are you even real at all? You'll stand in front of that mirror looking at the reflection of your body, eyes staring back at you, whilst you tilt your head to the side and you think to yourself, what do I really see? Because the mind and the body just cannot seem to get along here. But again, with having Lilith here, it is providing you with the opportunity for these opposing forces to meet, because it seems that your best and worst versions are far too dominating towards the other. And everything is being converted to rationalities, whilst thousands of thoughts just rush around your head. Then suddenly a mental block happens and you fall into this black hole. You find yourself in a maze that you just can't get out of. Then you begin questioning yourself. Why am I thinking this? Why is this happening? What is it that I'm seeing? What did that person mean by that? Which opposing personality will show its head today? This can also lead you to having doubts. You just might start beating yourself up mentally, addressing your faults, your weaknesses, and all your bad habits that you are fully aware of, or others that you were not aware of until this person said that. So what you do is you start to become obsessed with what is right and what is wrong, what is good, what is not. You become addicted to the madness because to you, it all means something. Surely it must mean something if you're thinking it. Just like you speaking and communicating means something if you think that that person on the receiving end needs to hear it. You could have a friend or a romantic partner and you can clearly see both their light side and their dark side, but what you do with this awareness is you criticize that person because you simply can't hold back fire. You can't hold back your tongue. Your analytical mind as well, it must think, it must rationalize, come up with ideas, it must contemplate, reason, solve problems. That mind of yours is doing quite a lot, too much in fact, as it works on overload. In fact, you will feel suffocated by your strong desire for change. You might just change your job or your life philosophy or your faith, or suddenly just venture into new territories to begin a new way of living that you really thought was best for you. And this is all happening because Lilith is running wild with your curiosity, with your mind. I mean, Gemini is already a highly curious sign, but Lilith here just makes your curiosity even happen when it's just not welcome from others, or when it's not necessary. Though still, due to your ability to access so many pathways in your mind, you would make a great psychotherapist. This is because others feel comfortable enough with opening up to you. In fact, you might be great when it comes to working with young people. You might make a fantastic writer or poet or journalist or even an entertainer. But in order to access the benefits that come with this placement, it's about being able to link the body and mind effectively, to harmonize the yin and the yang energy, the anima and the animus, which I know you might find difficult to do. See, if your mind isn't strong enough, you might identify far too much with your body and become much too receptive to the outer world, where you can't seem to concentrate or pay attention. And you'll certainly not be able to reflect on the information that you process either. And if your mind becomes stronger than your body, you might experience the things that I just talked about, where the mind just completely takes over. Therefore, like I've been saying, it's about harmonizing the material and the spiritual, the anima and the animus, the positive and the negative, the light and the dark. Yes, Lilith and Gemini, your communication with others can go in swings from one extreme to the other. You'll go from sugar and spice and all things nice to expressing the worst statements, threats and accusations against other people. You might like to animate your partners with your communication, provoking many erotic thoughts in them. And if you do have a well-animated sex life, you might often be the target of gossip. You might even find yourself getting involved in scandals. Your sexuality seems to be somewhat complicated due to your flood of thought that doesn't allow your psyche to relax, possibly resulting in you participating in heavy drug and or alcohol use. Your feline curiosity might be so strong that it never seems to shut itself off from any manner of experience. Therefore, you might try anything once, because hey, great story to tell afterwards, right? Ultimately, if you have Lilith and Gemini, it's about you learning to accept and live both characters. It's not about denying one side or hiding behind one side of yourself. It's about accepting both sides of yourself. See, what you must understand is that when you try to hide truth from others, you're actually hiding from your own unconscious. It was the great Alan Watts who said, "So then, here's the drama, my metaphysics. Let me be perfectly frank with you, is that there is the central self. You can call it God, you can call it anything you like, and it's all of us. It's playing all the parts of all beings whatsoever, everywhere and anywhere. And it's playing the game of hide and seek with itself. It gets lost, it gets involved in the farthest out adventures, but in the end, it always wakes up and comes back to itself. And when you're ready to wake up, you're gonna wake up. And if you're not ready, you're gonna stay pretending that you're just a poor little me." With this placement, Lilith and Gemini, what is this game of hide and seek that you're playing within you? And when are you going to wake up from this splitting of character and accept each character as all parts? And the key here is to not compare yourself with others. It's to express your own individuality, and not really care whether others like you or not. It's understanding that the thoughts and opinions that you have about yourself and others can in fact cause harm, and that the thoughts and opinions of others can have a reverse effect on you too. But in order to be a strong and effective communicator, it would be good to pause for just a moment and ask yourself, is what I'm saying true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? And I think that the more that you learn to synchronize personality, mind, and body, the answers, they will become very clear, to the point that you'll just know in that moment. Same when it comes to the words that you say about yourself. Are they true? Are they kind? And are they necessary? Lilith and Gemini. Okay guys, so that concludes my video on Lilith within the sign of Gemini. Again, happy birthday to all you Gemini, and happy new moon. It's the 13th of June today, so yeah, did a new moon Gemini video, Lilith and Gemini video. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself, then go right ahead and click that subscribe button, and I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!